Jeremy wants to know.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Jeremy Wants to Know podcast. I'm Jeremy, as you know. Welcome back to another episode. I hope everyone's weeks have been going great. Um, is it? Let's see. I took off last week um, because I was still reeling from Halloween weekend. And now we're at what, second weekend of November? First week. First week of November. Um, and yeah, so I have some news. I actually have some news, some updates. Um, I've been going through some changes. Been going through some changes that is going to affect the podcast. The um, but um, just want to, you know, give you the updates. What am I even saying? Okay, anyways, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. My, you know, followers, listeners, viewers that continuously come back and listen to the shit I have to say. Okay, let's just. I'm just gonna be honest. I've just been going through it. I've really been diagnosing myself with a lot of illnesses and like diseases and whatnot. Does anyone else do that, or is it just me? I'm pretty sure we all do it. The internet is a wild thing, and it's alive and well, so we can just feed off of it. So yeah, no, you've heard me complain about this multiple times, many times on the pod. Like just changes, like through being a 30-year old. You know what I mean? Like it's just wild. I don't know. It is wild because I just there are certain things like that I go through. I'm just like, what is that? What does that mean? And then I turn to the good old faithful internet for answers. And it's not even a good part of the internet either. It's just like just fucking Google. And but it's weird because like people can literally post anything on the internet and say it's a fact and cite sources which could be false, and those sources could have been filtered through something else and blah blah blah, the whole gambit. So but yeah, I just been going crazy on the internet and just being like, all right, these symptoms um are what I have. And then I'm like, okay, well, I fucking have this, so let me just, build my life around it. Um I recently diagnosed myself with di dysthymia, which is like a disorder. It's not a disorder. Well, it is a disorder. It's fucking depression. It's depression. It's a long form of depression, which some call it the high functioning depression, which which if I stop and think about it, I mean that pretty much about sums me up. I continuously go and I'm going and I'm moving through life, and I've even like recently, I don't know what it is. I think it's this fucking apartment, guys. Like no fucking joke. I think it's an apartment. Like I think it's haunted. I think something's like here. It's not a big deal, but it's also a big deal because I can't sleep right. Or maybe it's just the bed. Maybe it's this bed. I don't know. I really don't know. Yes, I'm looking to your left, which is my right. It's here. I'm podcasting from my bedroom. But no, yeah, so been on the internet and it's just been a rabbit hole, a spiral. Also, okay, along with the what is it? Dysthymia, and then what else did I say I have? Um, now, well, I mean, I feel like I do actually have psoriasis or some form of psoriasis. Um, a coworker yesterday told me that she, went to the dermatologist and they confirmed that she did have, or she does have, you know, psoriasis, which I'm like, oh my god, I have the same thing, and but obviously hers is actually more severe. But like, I still say I have psoriasis. I don't know, but I mean, I just can't afford a dermatologist, and like, I don't know, I just don't. I don't know. I have to see someone, but it also is like a thing that I'm very contradictory about. Contrary about. Contrary? I don't know. I have mixed feelings about seeing doctors or just humans in general now in these days because there's just so many studies and so many things come out. Oh, well, the doctors missed this, and this person actually had cancer the whole fucking time. And like the doctors didn't know because it was, I don't know, it was just catch up something. I don't know. But like, yeah, it's just so wild. So I'm taking some time off of the internet and like stop. I'm not researching anything. I'm not, going down these rabbit holes anymore. But I do have the last research that I did, and I just want to talk about it. I mean, because it's just really interesting, and it kind of just like reflects society today. Um, but it's also just really interesting. But yeah, no, on that whole internet front, I'm taking some time away. I've stopped really interacting on social media because I noticed too, like when I wake up, I mean, normally I sleep with music, so Spotify's playing all night until I wake up in the morning, which is great because it changes my mood, you know, because waking up is just a fucking, I might as well just be in a nightmare, like this existence. Ugh, first world problems. But no, like, yeah, so I did notice that when I do like, because normally I do meditate in the morning. I'll give myself an hour, make sure everything's functioning, just look at the ceiling, stare at the ceiling, stare out the window, um, think about stuff, and then I'll, tune in. Usually when I'm on the shitter is when I interact with social media. So yeah, but lately I noticed myself waking up and then if I get a notification or something about Instagram or something, I'm like quick to see what it's about. And then next thing you know, I'm fucking on Twitter, all these other things. I'm just going through all the socials and I'm just like, shit, what am I doing? But yeah, so that's been happening. So I'm taking a hold of that and locking that shit down. So I'm not being on the internet as much. And it's actually making, is that a mosquito? Oh my God, is that a mosquito? No, it's probably just, but sorry. But hardships. But yeah, so I'm just like taking time away from the internet. So if you have me on Instagram or whatever, I don't know, I'll probably still post, but I'm just not on as much um as I was before. So and I've been having trouble with this microphone, so I think I need a new um fucking connector piece or whatever because this is annoying as fuck. Okay, now I can hear myself in the monitor. I hope you all can hear me because I'm not recording this again. This is it. This is all you're getting. Okay, so the last thing I researched, I had just a question about general things like what's more important, science or politics, and then you know, was curious if these subjects collide, and they actually do. So it's I'm just gonna put it in my terms, so maybe you level and you understand what I'm saying. That like so I found out that the politicians pay the scientists or they give the scientists like these resources so that they can continue doing research. And then in return, the scientists let the politicians know, oh, hey, this is what we found in our research. So there's like a partnering during that. So it's really interesting. So these two forces do work together because I'm always in these like arguments with people about, well, what is the science? I think I'm a scientific person, honestly. Like at this point in life, I don't know. I just I feel like I am more scientific nowadays. I just want to know the facts, and then maybe some of the grayscale, in between. But yeah, so scientists provide evidence which policymakers then use for decisions. So, but the only thing about that is we have to think about the things that are shared or not being shared with us, the public, which then we can form our own opinions about how we feel about policy and whatnot. So it's a whole shebang. It gets very complicated. Why is this like a political talk? Anyway, so one thing I just like to cite a source that I found, and well, I didn't cite the source because I don't know where it's at, but Eunice Foot, I think that's her name. She was an American scientist in the 1800s. She was a scientist and a women's rights activist. Am I on drugs? Not right now. So the greenhouse effect. She was the scientist behind that. She was the one who found out these findings in the American Journal of Science. But largely, she was overlooked because a guy, was took all the credit for her discovery, which is crazy because that's what you think about. It's just like, okay, well, what else has not been told, so it's just, and that's what creates skepticism, and it's kind of where I'm at right now. It's why I have many diseases that I feel. But yeah, no, I started journaling again, and it's helping. So not everything is you know internet based or social media based. Still playing music. It helps. But yeah, no, what is it? Did I write a song about that? I don't know. But I wrote down I think the internet is plotting to kill me. I think some of you who follow me on Instagram saw that post about this pod episode that I was writing for. Yeah, so like the internet used to be so good to me. I mean, and now it's like it's horrible. Like it's so much too, and like I've noticed like all this shit I was taking in. It's like bam, 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 like this, that, and the other, and it's just like no. Now I'm kind of like, because I would like listen to astrology, and then all these great people that I love listening to, and then the comedy. But now it's all kind of blending together, and I'm just like, you know what? No, no, I don't need it for a while. Let's just take a break from all of this and just like form my own opinions, and like let me just go sit in nature. Like that's what I do before going to work. Like I get up in the morning, get ready for work, and I'm literally out the door 2 hours before I have to be to work, and I'll go sit at a park and just journal, or write in my diary. But yeah, no, let's talk about the internet again. Let's get back to that. So the internet, it used to provide me with so many things, guys. Like, if I needed to learn a new skill, Google had my back, If I needed new things, Amazon, I could just use Amazon. If I needed food, Uber Eats, Grubhub, or obviously, I mean, it would not be on my own tab. I would not use any of those things for food. I would just starve like a normal person. But yeah, those were, Grubhub and stuff. Even if I needed a partner for a month or whatever, there's OnlyFans. I would just pay, And if, I needed a partner for even little time, Pornhub. Like the internet provided all of these instantaneous things. And I was so wrapped up into it. Why do I sound like I'm a born again Christian? But anyway, no, like it's just like the internet just became one of those friends that's like always in the background of pictures, you know what I'm saying? You just you knew that person was there, you just couldn't remember the fucking name. I don't know. Uh I don't know, kind of like TikTok. TikTok, yeah, no. TikTok was a problem for me. I don't get on TikTok often. Honestly, I'm not like one of those people who doom scrolls on TikTok because it's now like everything's like I'm saying everything's blending together, so it's nothing original. But like I remember I said this on a couple of episodes ago about how I was obsessed with like the 20-year-olds on there who just sit on TikTok and like they go live and they'll just be like eating or like I don't know talking or just doing something or just looking dead into the fucking screen. Like I'm like, what is going on? What is this? But I couldn't stop looking. I was like, I wonder this person, what is going on through their mind? Like, what is this about? Like, I mean, should I like stop watching or should I continue? And like, it literally, there's this one kid. He, I don't think he's a kid. I think he's like 20 something, but whatever. Anyways, 20 something, obviously. But I think what they, now I'm in my 30s. Do I consider anyone under 30 a kid? That's a good question. What about you all? Do you think about younger people as kids? Anyway, so yeah, this one guy, he literally falls asleep. Like he like at work, he'll like go live, and then after work when he's eating dinner, he'll go live, and then like hours later he'll go live and he's just dead ass asleep and people are just like he's getting a million views. And I'm just like, I do not understand what is going on. What is this about? Why? But I don't know, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it's all crazy. I don't understand anything, but it's okay because I'll be dead soon. But I'm still not on dating apps, so that's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. I kind of want to try it as just like a trial run to see what happens and see. But like at the same time, I don't care really because I don't care. I just don't care. I don't see it as a necessity. But also too, I think I kind of to combat that, missing thing in my life, that I guess that part of companionship, I feel that void with like, work or, excess of like coffee and like, doing all of these things just to combat that feeling of, oh, wait, what about this? What about that? But it's also nice. I also feel I love daydreaming about things and fantasizing. It's I don't know. It makes I don't know. It just makes it a little bit easier, I guess, to continue being a single person. And also, it just being a single person is kind of better than being a partner right now, like partnered up, because it's not really looking good for people anyway. Let's see. So I was trying to get on Discord, and found out I don't know how to fucking operate that. I was trying to look for friends here in Austin. Like they had like a Discord group or whatever. I found on Reddit, obviously, and yeah, no. So I was on there, and I was like, I typed, I don't know how to use this, and it just something happened, and someone said something, and I don't even know, and I'm just like, I'm out, I'm done. Like I just can't deal with it. I have enough on my plate already, man. Okay. Let's talk about some movies I've seen recently. Have any of you been watching a myriad of movies and films these days? Like the movie I've seen recently, Smile. I saw that one finally. I don't really like to keep up with everyone else. I like to watch things in my own time. I don't like to be a part of the crowd. That's one thing I noticed. I'm a rebel without a cause, a rebel to a fault. But anyway, so yeah, the movie Smile. I think it's about mental health. Honestly, like it was a good film. It was. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I fell asleep the first time on it. But then I had to come back the next day and finish because in the beginning of the first like 20 minutes of the film is just screaming, just literally screaming. That's all I heard as I was like falling asleep. I was like, oh shit, let me turn this off. But yeah, no, I feel like that film was about mental health and how you'll never escape your mind. Spoiler alert if no one has seen it. In the end, she dies. So it fucking sucks though. Like I was like, shit. She was the hero. She was about to be a fucking. And it's crazy because how are you a mental health like a psychiatrist, but you have your own traumas. Like we all have our traumas, but you're trying to help people through their traumas. But like if you haven't really got yours locked down, I don't know. It was just one of those films that made me think. And I was like, okay, that's a good premise. Barbarian, I saw that one. Mostly because I want to see Justin Long. I'm a long time fan of his, and yeah, he's beautiful. Gorge man, great actor. I love him in everything. He's so good, so versatile. Great actor. But yeah, that movie was okay. It was alright. It was not really memorable. I think the lighting and the way the camera cinematography was really good. And then on Netflix, my friend Kurt got me into watching Cabinet of Curiosities. Let's say the first four episodes were kind of like, but then the last three were probably the best episodes. So check those out. A director on there, Panos Cosmatos, if I'm saying that correctly. He's a director. I think he's Italian. So he did the movie Beyond the Black Rainbow, and then what's the other one? Mandy with Nicolas Cage. Definitely check out those films. I love his films because they are always like visually stunning, and then they have like this shine to it, and like this kind of disoriented style of cinema, you know, visually anyway. And then the music is always great too. It's really eerie music, and it's just really good stuff. So I definitely recommend checking out any of those films by Panos Cosmatos. Okay, now that the hard shit's out of the way, let's see. What else can I just go off the top of the dome here? It's November and got some birthdays. Friends' birthdays already happened. I've my middle brother, my cousin, a couple of my cousins' birthdays. We have a lot of water signs in my family, I realized. That explains why we're all kind of like scattered with our own lives and whatnot. Yeah, so a couple of my cousins' birthdays, a few of my friends, my brother, and then my birthday is on the 20th, which is next weekend. And I have a little project plan that I want to do for my birthday, which is going to be like kind of a new thing for me. I think it'll be good because now I'm in my 30s and I am experiencing all of these different emotions and feelings, and it's kind of like a wave up and down. And I think photography, getting it captured on, you know, film. No, it's not film. Portraits. Yeah, capturing these emotions in portraits would be a good, you know, thing to look back at one day. Because all I have right now are just, well, of course, I have the cloud, Google, all of my photos in there and my videos. So that's been great. But yeah, so I have that coming up. And then, you know, I actually don't have any actual plans for like the holidays. I don't really do the holidays. Anything after like Halloween, I just kind of like block it out. Like, I haven't had a really like eventful holiday since, I don't know, in maybe 10 years or so. So I kind of just work, bury my head, and then just hope for the best, and then see whoever I see in the next year. I don't really like to work the New Year's though, so I'm probably not gonna work, and then just be with family in Dallas, and then yeah, see what 2023 has in store for us all. Shit, I have to make this actually longer, guys, because TBH, I got some sad news about the podcast at the end of the episode. I'm not gonna reveal it now. Because that wouldn't be fun. What would be the fun in that, spoiling things now, you know? Especially spoiling things. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Hold on 1 second, okay? Oh God. Okay. Yeah, this is some good old water here. I put lemon juice in my water. It's supposed to help with the old colon there, you know. Clean her out. But yeah, let's see. What else do I have to talk about? I'm still trying to work on getting a new guitar. I have this one guitar in mind, but I don't have the funds for it. And I'm wondering if I should just do a payment plan. But I'm like, okay, well, what's more important? Because I have X, Y, and Z I should really look into. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have my acoustic. I have two acoustic guitars. I should be happy with that and just make the music that I have with those. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Bum, ba-da-dum. What else? What else do I have? Man, I really have nothing to talk about, honestly, guys. I'll just, I'm sorry. I'm happy where I am with the things that I have. So I'm happy. Stop talking. Because I don't think I'm, and also too, I don't think I'm contributing anything to society. All the noise out here, my voice is not, you can't find my voice in all of this. Like, I'm no one to even look up to in that way. So the reveal is that I'm done with the podcast. This is the last episode. The final thought. This is the final thought. It's been real. This season has been kind of a struggle because this year has not been what I expected. Yeah, it's been really slow, but now things are picking up. So I'm kind of second guessing my decisions, but we will see. But yeah, I just wanted to cap off the pod because I'm done. I can't do this. It doesn't fit in my schedule, and all the things that I have, planned. The podcast kind of overlaps all of that, and then you know, the things I wanted for the podcast didn't happen. So it's like, okay, well, let's see what's left. Let's see what I can do. And what I can do is not do the fucking podcast anymore. But it's not like in a bad way. It's just that, priorities and mental health, I guess. Yeah, so that was a big reveal that this is the last episode. And, it's been fun, of course. I don't think I'll do another season, honestly. It's just a lot going on right now. It's a lot of not good stuff that I want to be a part of anyway. So I kind of want to do other things that don't involve like me giving my opinions. Where the music is, I want to create music and create a community that understands that music and be for me to be a part of a community of music that I understand and that I, you know, feel for and that I understand and that there's a whole great thing. What am I saying at this point? But yeah, oh, but yeah, no, definitely with the music, I'm gonna have definitely some friends' voices on these tracks that I'm going to put out eventually. I'm gonna say it's so hard to like do music or like put out music anyway because it's that also too has like a filter and like it gets muddled and but no, if I have my following and my friends that actually support me and that actually want for me to produce these content, I'll do it. And because I think it'll be a new thing for me to officially be like, all right, I'm a songwriter, whatever, which is surprising. I'm like, what? But looking back in my journals and whatnot, I've been making songs since I was like 13 or something. So I'm just like, okay, it's always been in me. And I do have kind of a music background. In school, I studied. No, I grew up in school. It was in grade school. I took piano class, and then after that, I played the flute, and then after that, I got my family got me keyboard at home, so I would play that. So they got me more into the, piano. And then as an adult, I lost that piano, but then I found it again, and then I bought, my own MIDI player. So at let's see, I was like 23 or something. So when I started picking up music and like actually doing and putting it out on SoundCloud. So that's been a process, but now I'm like, okay, I think I'm a seasoned chicken at this point. And now I'm like studying all these artists that I've, loved over the years, and I'm figuring out what they did. And I'm just like, okay, I want to follow that and see what I can come up with. So yeah, that's where I'm at musically. So hopefully, I'll have some fun with it. And not get bored. I get so bored quickly. But yeah, man, that's it. I guess that's it. That's all I have to talk about. Anyone else have anything to say? You over there? No? Okay. Well, you're just a wall, so just like my hole. Anyway, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here this season. I know I made a lot of promises, but just like my parents, I just can't commit. And that's where I leave you all, abandoned, just abandoned with no hope. Good luck in this life. No, actually, while I'm on that, I did write this, like, this serious thing. Oh no, it's actually in my phone. I'm gonna post it on Instagram. It's about mothers and how music and babies and shit like that. And like watching your children grow up and how they're not your children anymore because they're the world's children now. And now, the world has its fucking claws in your child. Oh, me. Anyway, well, this is the final episode of this season, or maybe the pod. This is the final episode of the Jeremy Wants to Know podcast. Hey, I want to thank everyone for listening. Thank you for writing me and sending me all these messages, letting me know you listened. Maybe one day in the future I'll pick this back up, but right now I think it's time to call it. 2 seasons was enough. I know when to shut shit down. Like Quentin Tarantino after his 10th film, he was like, "No, we're done." And that's how I feel. I'm done. Dunzo. Okay. Well, anyways, you guys have great holidays. Yeah. Okay. Bye.